No way the 49ers are letting this star defensive player fall back into the Steelers' hands. Steelers have potential to bring in a defensive starter that could change the Steelers' defense and improve it exponentially as they head into the 2025-2026 season. As the Steelers have been trying to shore up their defensive line and really stop the run game, they look to bring in a star to potentially defensive lineman that could really change our defense. Bring those sack totals back up to what they used to be and stop that run game. Real quick, if you guys are not currently subscribed, click that subscribe button down below. Only 9% of our current viewers are actually subscribed. So if you click that subscribe button, we're going to get you guys the daily Steelers news regarding trades, free agency, draft, head coaching, anything Steelers related. We're going to make a video on it daily. Let's get right in the news. Huge news to talk about today. So, the Steelers look to bring in defensive lineman from the San Francisco 49ers, Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave was recently released by the 49ers, I believe yesterday or 2 days ago. And, he's going to have a huge price and a huge interest in the free agent market. This guy's been a Pro Bowler. He's showed that he can be a capable defensive lineman wherever he plays. On the Niners, he did not have the greatest year last year. He did unfortunately get injured at the beginning of the season. So, there was not a lot of playing time for him last year. And, the Niners really cut him as they look to get a lot younger and cut ties with a lot of their cap casualties and a lot of their guys who they are paying a lot of money. So, Javon Hargrave last year did not have a great season. But if we look 2 years back, he had 7 sacks for the 49ers. And if we look even farther back from that, this guy was in a Super Bowl 2-3 years ago with the Philadelphia Eagles. Unfortunately, he did not win that Super Bowl, and he was not with the Eagles when they won in 2018. So this guy's really avoiding the Super Bowl, I guess. But he was a sure defensive lineman for the Eagles when they went to the Super Bowl. And, even before that, he actually played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking back, I believe we drafted this guy in 2016, 2017 in the 4th or 5th round, maybe even 3rd round. But he was a later draft pick. But this guy was a stud for us. He put up, I believe, like 3 or 4 seasons where he had like 3 to 4 sacks. And he's great in the run game too. He's just a consistent veteran defensive lineman. And, back when he was on the Steelers, we'd call him Jay Wobble. He was a great player, and hopefully Omar Khan can bring this guy in. He is on the older side. He is 32 years old now, so he probably does not have too many years of football left. But that being said, if you look at guys like Cam Hayward, Cam Hayward has been a guy that with age, he's only gotten better. This guy's 35, 36 years old. He's coming off of an all-pro season last year where he had 10 sacks, and this guy has only gotten better with age on the defensive line. That being said, this guy is a future Hall of Famer for our Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been a namesake on our defense for the past 10 years, looking closer to 15 now. This guy was drafted in 2011. He's still he's tossing guys around like he's 23 years old. So, looking back at Javon Hargrave, he could follow in the footsteps of Cam Hayward. He played with Cam for the start of his career, so that's already some former chemistry between the two guys. And if we look back at Steelers the past couple years, ever since we've really lost Javon Hargrave, we really have not been able to find another guy at the defensive tackle position that has been as dominant as he used to be back in the day. We brought in guys like Larry Ogunjobi, Keanu Benton. We brought in through the draft. Isaiah Loudermilk, he's been a guy on the roster the past couple years. Montravius Adams, but as you guys have seen and watched, I guess we have not been able to really stop the run the past couple years. That's kind of been debatably a problem that has been with the linebackers. But if your D-line is not solid and your trenches are not running as they should and they're not holding up, then your linebackers will not really be playing great either. So it really starts up front. So bringing in a guy like Javon Hargrave would be huge for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I said, we really need some more help on that defensive line. Keanu Benton is still a great player, but he's not really looking like he's ready to be the number one starter, and that's fine. Like I said, looking back at a guy like Cam Hayward when he was drafted to the Steelers in 2011, he really didn't become a full time starter until probably 2013, 2014. That's when he really had his breakout year, and he really started becoming one of the great defensive linemen for Pittsburgh. So. Just having a guy like Javon Hargrave to almost bridge the gap for Keanu Benton would be perfect. I still expect Javon Hargrave to still be a productive player, still put up at least 3, 4 sacks when healthy, minimum. This guy's even put up numbers closer to double-digit sacks in Philly. Even for the Steelers, I believe one year he had 6 or 7 sacks. So coming from that defensive line position, um, you know, it's always some help, and with the play of TJ Watt kind of declining because of his defensive dominance, this guy's getting triple teamed now. He's not getting those one-on-ones anymore. Bringing a guy like Javon Hargrave to shore up that D line is really going to open up some more one-on-ones for TJ Watt. So that's going to make his productivity increase. So, some other guys that the Steelers could look to bring in on the defensive line this offseason is Milton Williams. He's also a former Eagles player. Javon Hargrave played for the Eagles a few years ago. But, Milton Williams is another Eagles player that is becoming a free agent this year, and he could head to Pittsburgh. He's a young defensive lineman, but he's going to ask for a ton of money. So we could see him sign with another bigger market team. But if he wants to take a little discount and get some winning football, he should head over to the Steelers. But I definitely keep an eye out on Javon Hargrave. The Steelers really need some more defensive line help. So I could see them bringing him in for a veteran minimum or a short-term contract, like a 1 to 2 year deal, and have this guy finish his career in Pittsburgh. I love when guys come back and want to finish their career with the best franchise in the NFL. I mean, why wouldn't you? We take care of our players. If you treat us right, we'll treat you right. There's a reason why at every Steelers game there's alumni that show up. James Harrison, James Ferrier, Aaron Smith was at a few games last year. Big Ben always stays involved. Santonio Holmes, he's always involved. Hines Ward, all these former Steelers always love to come back. And, hopefully Javon Hargrave will follow in their footsteps and continue his legacy back in Pittsburgh. Finish up where he started in the Steel City as we look to get that 7th Lombardi trophy. Some other news to keep your eyes out for this weekend. Definitely keep your eyes out on that quarterback position. I expect Justin Fields to be brought in on a contract the next couple days. And also keep your eyes out for a TJ Watt contract restructure or extension. It's looking like a 3, 4 year deal for him as the Steelers look to bring him in and keep him on as a Steeler for life. He's a legacy player like Omar Khan explained. And, they want to keep these dominant players in Pittsburgh in the black and gold for as long as they play and for the rest of their career. Hopefully Javon Hargrave will come back, but we will see. That is all I have for you guys on Steelers Digest today. If you guys have not already, click that subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. Let's get that 7th Lombardi. Peace out, boys. Thanks so much.